Sport Industry TV was present as Adam Silver, Deputy Commissioner and Chief Operating Officer of the NBA, told a packed Nolan Partners Sport Industry Breakfast Club that the organisation is working towards running a basketball franchise in Europe within the next 10 years. And broadcast journalist Mark Pougatch was on hand with the questions.
For years, the obstacle was there was a lack of arena infrastructure in Europe. Obviously now with the O2 Arena, which is as nice or nicer than any building in the NBA, AEG is also responsible for a new building in Berlin. I know in Paris they're talking about renovating the Bercy Arena. There's been discussions in several Spanish cities about new arenas there. I think as the arena infrastructure comes online, it gives us the opportunity to seriously consider a division here. It's a misnomer sometimes in terms of a salary cap because it's actually a revenue sharing system. In essence, what we do in our negotiation with our Players Association is we take the total pool of revenue, we call it basketball related income, but it's BRI for short, and that in our league is roughly $4.3 billion. We then negotiate a percentage of that revenue that goes to the players. I mean, I'm simplifying it obviously a little bit. In our case, it's 57%. We have 30 teams, we divide it by 30, and that's how we get our salary cap.
The way the English Premier League is set up, it looks after the commercial interests of the clubs, but not the way they're governed in that sense.
Right.
How do you deal with discipline, and do you, when it comes to such matters, have a different relationship with your clubs?
Yeah, I can't speak exactly. I mean, been following in the media here over the last few days those particular incidents, but in the NBA, we have, call it the strong commissioner model, you know, in terms of dealing with those types of incidents. You know, we had a well-known issue where we had a gun. There was no ammunition, fortunately, but we had a gun in a locker room last year in our league, and the commissioner has the authority to suspend that player and did for, you know, roughly half the entire season. Just by virtue of having a firearm in the locker room, even though no shots were fired.
So effectively goes straight over the top of the club itself.
Right,
and just
and
says,
right. So in our system, that is the role of the commissioner, not the individual team. I mean, the individual team could take action, but we view that as a league-wide function because we believe that an incident like that not only has an impact on that club, but the entire brand and the reputation of all our players. We, as a league, have embraced social media. I know other leagues, other content providers have created more of a walled garden strategy where they've tried to keep all of their streaming video, for example, on their dedicated site. You know, in our case, our dedicated site is NBA.com. We were an early adopter in terms of a deal with YouTube, you know, and other video providers, recognizing that a lot of potential fans might not go to our site to find our highlights, but will be on YouTube. A lot of young people will be on YouTube looking for whatever exciting video is on for that day. We believe everywhere we go, whether it's in Los Angeles, where we were 2 weekends ago for All-Star, or here in London, when we're playing regular season games, we have an obligation while we're in those communities to perform community service, to interact directly with kids, to work on community centers. By the way, I think over time it's good business too, but that's not what drives us. I think it's part of the fabric of the NBA, and it's increasingly, even taking it outside of sports, and I'm sure many people in this room can speak to this, it's part of the fabric of most businesses now, and that is there's a strong sense of social responsibility.
Lovely. Adam, thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Silver. Thanks, Adam. Thank you.